Welcome to the third module in the Aluna training series, Configuring the Document Workspace. I am Oksana and I will be your narrator for this training module. In this module, we will be demonstrating the features that are most commonly used by our colleagues in the translation process. These features can be accessed from the toolbar located at the top of Interface window. Let's begin by exploring the toolbar. The View icon, the first on the left, allows you to configure what is displayed in each segment. Click on the icon to open the menu. You can then click the toggle buttons on or off to display terminology or suggestions picked up by the tool, or the styles of your source document. The second icon, Sources, allows you to manage the indexes and bytexts that Aluna will use as references for your job. When you click on the Index Selection link, you will see a list of available indexes arranged by duty station that Aluna can search to find matches for segments. For New York, the current and previous 2 years of LEO indexes, Security Council and General Assembly documents are all selected by default. Use the toggle buttons on the right to deselect any unwanted indexes. You can also include additional indexes from the list, even those maintained by other duty stations, by clicking the toggle buttons. Click on Update and then close the window. If you do not update the indexes before closing the window, a system prompt will ask whether you wish to close without saving. Click on the bytext link to display all of the documents that Aluna has identified as possible matches for this job. These bytexts act as a customizable translation memory for the current job. You will see the list of bilingual documents that will be used by Aluna to find segments that best match the segments in your source document. The document symbol is a clickable link that opens up the bytext in a separate tab. The system allows or will soon allow you to include, exclude, and prioritize bytext from the list of reference documents. Prioritized bytext will appear at the top of the list and will be searched against first. Finally, if you want the system to search a particular bytext that does not appear in the list of documents, you can add it manually, provided that it has been previously uploaded to an index. The pre-translation icon, third on the left, will, as its name implies, allow you to pre-translate your document. This feature is still being developed and therefore not yet in production. The machine translation feature allows you to select the default machine translation provider. Click on the check mark next to Top-4UN, Bing, or UN Bing to make the system show the proposed translation automatically in the editing window when you open each segment. Select None if you do not want to use the machine translation. As we saw in the previous training module, the export icon allows you to send your completed translation to Microsoft Word as a docx file, with or without comments. You can use the Settings icon to manage segment settings. If you are translating a particularly long document and would like to see which paragraph of the original text you are working on, click on the check mark next to paragraph mark /numbers to turn on the display. The system will also indicate paragraph marks, which are helpful when merging segments, as segments with carriage returns cannot be merged. Click on the check mark next to Move to Next Segment to force Aluna to open segments in a linear manner. After confirming a segment, the next segment will open whether it has been translated or not. Deselect this option to move from a confirmed segment to the next untranslated segment. The system can also propagate similar or identical segments from within the document and between similar documents. Click on the checkmark next to propagation to enable this function. For more comfortable reading, you can adjust the size of the text on screen by clicking on the plus or minus sign to the right of this icon. Note that the width of the pane does not change. The other icons on the toolbar provide information on your job and the completion of your translation. These are explained in more detail in the user's manual. This concludes Module 3 of the Aluna training series. More detailed information on what was covered is provided in the Aluna at a Glance guide available at the GTEx Learning Community on Unite. In the next module, we will cover troubleshooting and useful tips when translating in Aluna. Thank you for joining us today.